Captain Boomer, ace spacefighter pilot. A dog, barely alive. Gentle pups, we can rebuild him.
Almost to the OR. Vitals unstable.
Hang tough, Captain Boomer.
We have the capability to make him the galaxy's first bionic pooch. Captain Boomer will be that dog, better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster.
Is that your video game? Well, all right. Let me see if I can get the mic dialed in here. Thanks for the birthday wishes. M. Costo. Let me know if the audio's too loud. I'm still tweaking this. I just got this new headset, so still trying to figure it out. Alrighty, that's up. So many things to play with. Well, welcome to the Golden Retriever channel. This is my first live stream, and yes, it is my birthday. I thought it'd be a fun way to kick off the live stream. I even rolled up a brand new character, as you can see on the screen. Unless you're watching on your phone, it might be a little small. I rolled this guy up today. As I was throwing out promos for the stream in the various trade hubs of the game, somebody gave me a nice little 50 mil birthday present. Not necessary, but thank you. If we get some more streamers, I'll try to give them away. Volume's a little low. Thank you. Oh, man, I got that. Oh, nope. There we go. All right, well, I got the volume maxed out now, so we'll see if that works. I got a little bit of music in the background. I don't want that too high to drown me out. Oh, 4 people. I appreciate it, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I started this Golden Retriever Corp channel because I thought it'd be a good way to start for new players. and I'm going to focus primarily on new guides, and I figure what better way to start than to roll up a brand new character, especially the voice. The voice is still really low. Let's see if I can go into some settings here. I tried to set this stuff up last night, but it didn't quite work. Okay, that's as high as it's going to get. Let's see if that's better. May have to switch out and get a better volume. Crazy part is the monitor sounds really loud in my head. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. All right, I found the mic settings. Let's turn it up to 11. Yeah, OBS. Alright, I'm going to turn it up to a +10. Let me know if that is any better. There's no way to tell how these settings work sometimes. I do have an in-game chat called Golden Gaming, if anybody is interested, if you're actually playing in the game. I know there's a fairly, just like a 10-second delay. Alright, I'll keep that open. Just keep letting me know. I'll keep turning up the volume, see if it helps. I appreciate the help. Alrighty, so yeah, like I said, I rolled up this new character. And of course, his name is Captain Boomer Gold. Captain Boomer was already taken, but it kind of started off as a bit of a gag with my golden retriever, whose name is Boomer. And I just kind of ran with it. So main focus of the channel is to help new players out. I'm going to primarily focus on starting with the career agents and then helping people get through the air program. I just ran it with another character. It took me about 2 weeks to do, and that was with some really grinding away at it. Send a chat message to text. All right. So I figure it probably takes around 30 to 35 hours to do these air missions on screen here. This is I don't know how new of a feature this is. I used to play back in 2011, 2012, and then I stopped playing, and I recently started back up earlier this year. And so I discovered these air mission programs. I'm like, oh, this is a really convenient way to teach players how to get through the game. And, you know, the thing I like about EVE Online is it is a little more laid back. The audience tends to be a little more mature. It's not like when I used to come home after work and try to play a game of Fortnite, and when you get off at 2, 3 in the afternoon, you got a bunch of little high schoolers or junior high kids just swearing like crazy. It's kind of obnoxious. So this game has a more mature audience. For those that have never played it before, it's a space MMO. And we're just going to tonight, go through I already complete the introductory mission of the air missions. I don't want to ruin that fun for any new players. And if there are any new players in the stream, either now or later, and you're interested in getting started, you can click on the link in the description below. It'll take you to this page here where you can start playing, and they'll give you a free 1,000,000 skill points. Is the sound getting a little better? And then with those 1,000,000 skill, you feel, free skill points. You know, CCP of EVE Online will give me little gifts. I think depends on what it is. They give you like cosmetics for your characters and your ships. So it's nothing special, but I do appreciate it. If you are new to the game, send a message right to Captain Boomer Gold of Golden Retriever Corp. I got to get him in that Corp today. I forgot to do that earlier. And I'm going to kind of keep track of that stuff, and you know, as the channel grows, I hope to do some giveaways for the people that came in early on. I'm going to turn up my phone here. I'm going to kind of keep track of that stuff, and you know, as the channel grows, I hope to do some giveaways for the people that came in. Alright, so it's coming through on my phone. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with the gameplay, guys. If you have any questions, throw it up in chat, and I'll try to answer them. And I'm going to turn my phone down so we're not getting a reverb. So after you complete the air missions, they tell you to kind of move through and send you to the career agents. The career agents were actually available when I first started playing years ago. But they have this new agency tab that'll pretty much help you find anything you're looking for in the video game. It helps you find mission agents, career agents, your epic arcs. They recently added a new epic arc. It's the mining corporation in the game. I haven't run that one yet, but I'm going to have to run it later. So let's open that back up. Once you get through the introductory mission, which takes just under an hour to do, it will teach you the basics of navigating through space. And then what you want to do is you want to start with your career agents. They give you free skills and ships to help you start. I chose for Captain Boomer the faction, the Mimitar faction, because they're the underdogs. Are you catching the theme here? Now, I generally will start with the Explorer missions because they're quick and easy. You just fly to where you need to go. We'll walk through that. So you just set the destination. Usually it's within a couple jumps of where you're starting. And this little aura goes away eventually, but she's kind of annoying. She was always popping up, and you can minimize it, but you can't get rid of it. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I forgot what I was looking for. Alrighty. So when you're navigating, all your areas you can jump over here. This is the default overview. Now, oh look, Aura's talking to me again. This is the general overview for starting your general targets mining Warp 2. And you also have the all option. And oh no, am I freezing? Oh, there it goes. That'd be bad. The first day of stream and the whole thing crashes. So I gotta link this in all my characters as well, but I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. And if you really want a solid overview settings, one of the first things you should do is one of the other content creators out there, one of the fastest growing ones, is Loru. And it's Lormuth Strider, I believe is his name. Oops, didn't work. You know, why don't I just do this Strider? Wow, there's a lot of people that took the name Sunstrider. Alright, let me try that again. He has a link in his character profile that will help you set up your overview. And it's actually a pretty solid overview because it's actually kind of a pain in the butt to set it up all yourself. So it's a good start. Right in his description. So when we next undock, it will have an updated version for you. Now, on the right side of my screen here, I'm going to start with the Explorer missions. Double click on that. Well, we've got a couple more people joining in on the stream. Thanks for joining, guys. So this mission is pretty straightforward. You just kind of run out, grab a box, open it up, and it gives you the stuff you need for the next mission. And she's telling me about more skills I need. She won't shut up till you actually walk through this stuff, so you might as well walk through real quick. And then there's the skills. I don't want to start training. So we're going to go ahead and close that down. Alright. So for this first mission, you open up your anomaly training video. Oops. I don't like that it defaults to full screen. So you hit Alt-P to open up your scanning window. These are the different cosmic anomalies. You go ahead and combat training site. I think I messed something up. Alright, I'm going to go back to the overview here real quick on the right side. So this will set you out PvP traveling, you know, get the heck out of there, your loot. But let's double check what I'm supposed to do for this mission again. Yep, anomaly training site. That's what I thought. So you go to the anomaly training site, right click on that, warp to it. And if anyone else in chat is still there, just let me know if the voice has gotten better. Now, when you start a new account, when you first play, I did not know this, but they give you a first day cash bonus when you played for 120 minutes. Not sure what the cash bonus is, but we'll find out. So you warp to this cosmic anomaly, go to the training container, and of course you're going to bump into this giant rock. Because of course they're going to put it in your way. So you can double click on your screen. Then you can also use the controls in the upper right to approach the container. And I'm going to bounce off another rock. Grab that proof of discovery, and then you warp back. Now, she had me opening up the skill earlier for those that are new to the game. It defaults to these skill plans. They're a good way to start, but I much prefer just going into the skill catalog. You click the category, click what skills you want. I'll have to do a more detailed video on all these skills later. But you just either hit the plus button or drag them over. You can rearrange them, move them up and down. Whatever you want to do. The interesting thing is you don't, unlike most MMOs, this isn't an experienced gain, level up type game. These are real-time training skills. You get free skill points. Which reminds me, I need to go into my daily login rewards. Oops, that's for the Winter Nexus. So haven't started the character, but I've been logging in every day, collecting the bonuses. So somewhere in here is my 1,000,000 skill points. Ah, there it is. My 1,000,000 skill points. That's what you get for clicking on the link in the description below for your character. You go ahead and redeem them in this. Redeem in current system. Yes. And then you can see down here, I have 1,000,000 skill points, and I can apply them at any time. I'm going to go ahead and hold off because there's nothing critical that I need. Ooh, you know what? I take that back. I'm going to redeem biology. Yes. And one thing I would do is during your first week, you also get, I keep hitting the wrong button. You also get these cerebral accelerators, which will actually, the starter gift will actually give you a bonus to your training skills. Let's open that up. So it gives you +3 to all your stat points. And then it's accelerated. So the one thing I want to do, that one actually I don't think is going to matter. Because normally with these boosters, oh, it's a 2-day duration. So we can extend that out to 10 days. If we go into our skills, we go into neural enhancement. Actually, that's why I wanted this biology book. So we can increase the boosters by 20% for every level. So if I go ahead and train this now to level 1, it injects it. Yep. And then I'm going to drag this down. And then go ahead and apply skill points. Yes. And then just keep applying the skill points. I'm going to go ahead, since I've got the million. Apply skill points. Ooh, 200,000. That's a big dent, but it's well worth it. So you can see I got 26 days of training right now, and when I hit this starter gift of the Cerebral Accelerator, it's supposed to be 2 days, but if we look up here, it's much longer, 95 hours. So it would double that time, 20% for each level, so 100%. So yeah. And then if I go back into my skills, it still says 25 days. It should have lowered that down. I didn't look at the hours though. Alright, let's turn in this mission and get moving on with the Explorer missions. So this time they give us a ship. Close that down. Claim the rewards. Oh, she will not shut up about these skills. Alright, let's get this thing done. Skill plans. It's going to wipe out. Alright, so I just added the skills to that skill plan down here, no big deal. So we can close that down. Yeah, Aura gets pretty annoying, especially if you've done this a few times. Alright, so we're gonna go to my ship hangar. We got the new probe. We'll go ahead and jump in that. And then we'll undock and go to our next mission. After they give us a nice cinematic of our new ship. Now the Minotaur has some of the ugliest ships in the game, but they're cool. They look like they kind of look like what I would think pirate ships are. The Amar faction probably has some of the prettiest looking ships. The Caldari probably has. I'm kind of a Caldari guy. I like their battle cruisers. Everybody loves the Drake, and everybody loves the Tengu. Most people always train into those things. Kind of getting ahead of ourselves. Now, whenever you're running missions, they usually show you the opportunities on the left side. Warp to the site. One of the other things that I think has really helped new players in this game is they've created this ship tree. And they break down the ships all by classes. I'll come back to that in a second. Alright, we'll do that right now, because we can just sit here. Now, you always start off with the Corvettes. Anyone can fly a Corvette. As you get more and more skills, you can fly up into the frigates. Usually within your first 30 days of gameplay, you'll get into frigates, destroyers, and even into the cruisers a little. Most of the stuff for the air missions can be done in frigates and destroyers. There is one mission in there to kill so many other ships with a cruiser. Those usually take medium weapons or a little bigger weapons, so they take a little more time to skill into. And for me, I'd say a general rule of thumb, if you're mission running, level 1 frigates, level 2 destroyers, level 3 cruisers, and level 4 battle cruisers for the level missions. Now obviously they go a little faster if you did level 1s here, level 2s here, level 3s, and if you went into battleships for level 4s, makes life easier. But they can be done with the battle cruisers. But you got each of the factions types of ships in here. And I know if anyone's ever seen videos in the past, you see the massive fights with the massive Titans. Just to kind of give you an idea how long it would take to even fly a Titan. It literally, if you just did nothing but skill for Titan flying, it takes 7 months of training and 8 million skill points. So really not a lot of time to get into the biggest ship of the game. Most ships you can get into are don't take long at all if you just wanted to fly them. But you need skills for the weapons and everything else. So it'd be 20 hours to get into the cruiser, and then these certifications help you with the weapon fittings, so another 23 hours. So you can get into a cruiser, you know, probably in 2-3 weeks and fly it comfortably. And that's going to be a good training guide video to do later. Hey, thanks for the support. The volume's still low. Alright, I'm going to really crank this up. Thanks for the sub. My 3LM. Alright, I put this volume up to 16. Let's see if that does anything. Still showing. Oh, there we go. Now, now I'm way in the red. Only if I shout really well. But that's definitely showing full peak volume now. Hopefully that helps, guys. Sorry if it's a little quiet. Or if it was quiet. Thanks for the subs. It's greatly appreciated. I put an alert in the rookie chat. I forgot I did that. Oh, I must have done it. Did I do it with this character, Captain Boomer Gold? Alright. Now, my main channel, I recorded some videos. I'm thinking about redoing them. They're not quite turning out the way I had hoped, but they're the MR adventure guides. Kind of does a breakdown, the same thing I'm doing right now. Get you through the basic career agents. I think I'm going to make more of an actual guide video instead of just breaking it down. Captain Boomer Gold. G-O-L-D. Somebody already took Captain Boomer, so... Alright, I'm going to bump up the volume just a little more. It's kind of a bummer that my volume's not cooperating. Alright. Let me type it in chat. Oh, thanks for the birthday present. I have other characters, so it's not necessarily, but thanks. Alright, Cap can't spell my name right. Boomer Gold. Alright, now I'm going to bump into rocks again. That's so annoying. Holy cow. Thank you for the 300 million. That will be a good start. Appreciate it. What were you doing in the rookie chat? Thanks for the birthday present. Alright, these are all the things you'll need for the next mission. Make sure you loot that all. And it shows up in your hangar. Then go hit the next acceleration gate. This is the one thing I love about the EVE Online community, is they are generally very generous with other players and streamers. And believe me, I will be paying it forward to any new players that come into the game. I will be helping them out. I am not necessarily a new player. Like I said, I played back in 2011, but this game has changed drastically since then. It used to be you had to have insurance on your clones to keep skill points, and if your clone got potted, you would lose skill points. And when I first started playing back up earlier this year, I'm like, where's the clone insurance? I had asked the people in chat, I'm like, do they still do that? They do not. That's the one thing I forgot. So when you're doing the explore missions, make your life a lot easier and buy a micro warp drive, because all you do is fly from place to place, and it will save you a lot of time if you do a micro warp drive. Just a 5 MN. There's one in the system here. I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. And then we're going to go to this acceleration gate. I should have stayed in my Corvette, but not a big deal. If you're still in chat, let me know if the sound has gotten better, if I should still turn it up some more. Wasn't so bad when I ran a test, but I got this new headset today, and it's a little quieter than I would have expected. So I'll have to tweak some settings. Alright, we'll dock back up, and that's the end of that mission. I don't recall throwing it in a rookie chat. Whatever. Alright. Claim our air rewards programs. Now this is why I don't recommend buying any skill books when you first start, because you will get a bunch from the air missions. So if you crank those out as quickly as possible, you save yourself a little ISK, and that way you don't have to spend it on them, because you can't sell them for anything. So train now, don't ask me again. Alright. I thought air was done. Help section. There's some interesting videos in here. I've looked at them from time to time. You forget some of the basics sometimes. Alright, we can close. She just does not want to be quiet. The nice part is when I did my other videos, I edited her out. Alright, I'm going to equip that micro warp drive, and then I'm going to open my ship hangar, and we need to put all this stuff on, and we'll need the core probe launcher. We'll go ahead and accept the next mission. For the next mission, we have to go into data sites.
Mic off. Mic on.
Once again, thanks to all who joined the live stream. If you're watching after the fact, you can message me at Captain Boomer Gold. Also, I have an in-game corp called Golden Retriever Corp. Right now, it's just basically a holding corp for my characters, but if anyone wants to join, I am maintaining a 0% tax on that for now. So you won't have to pay anybody for taxes, but the corporate hangars are just kind of my general... Oops, we're going to stop the ship here. So you hit Alt-P. Yeah, the corp hangars are just kind of my general purpose hangars for sharing with all my characters. Volume is still low. Man, this is annoying. Alright, we're going to crank it up even louder. I can't believe that's low. I don't want to crank that one up. Alright, we are going to... Maybe I'm just talking too low. See, it's showing on my end that it's in the red. Alright, we're going to launch these probes. This is a simple little mini game that you do when you're exploring. It's a good way to make some good money, especially for a new player, but it can be tedious. You can expand it out all the way to 32 AUs, but I usually start at 16. Now in the beginning area, these things scan down super easy. You're not the bearer of bad news. It's just a bummer that it's not working. I may have to go back to my old headset. There's got to be a way to boost that even more. I'm going to go ahead and scan everything down here because we're going to need to do it later anyway. So you'll have to scan down a relic anomaly and a data anomaly and a gas site for these missions. Thanks for doing the advertising in a few channels for me. I just noticed that. Now a trick when doing this is you double click to get a top view and then double click to do a side view, and then you decrease the size little by little. But for the beginning area, you can pretty much scan all these down to 100% with 8 AU range. You might have to take it down to 4 for some of them. Any more than that is probably a wormhole that you won't need to scan down. other than for the air missions. And if you click on the red boxes or the red circles, it will center it on your screen for you. I'm going to turn up my phone here. And if you click on the red boxes or the red circles, it will center it on your screen for you. That's crazy. It's loud on my phone when I turn the volume up all the way. Okay, this is kind of annoying. I will have to work on this. It's crazy. It's loud on my phone when I turn the volume up all the way. Turn my phone back down. Knock that down to 4 AU. I'm going to turn the monitor off, see if that gets it any louder. Woo. Yeah, that's... Alright. Now it's showing really loud on my mixers. Ah, the monitor was causing it to be too low? I'm going to bring it back down a little bit, see if that helps. That's weird. One little setting can change the whole thing. I appreciate the feedback. Alright. Thank you very much for the help. Alright, so now we need to warp to one of these data sites. Yeah. Warp to a data site. Scan a cosmic seizure. I wonder if I'll get a hacking credit for hacking into these beginner sites. I don't think you do, which is kind of a bummer, because you could just keep warping in and out of these sites and get that mission done really quick. So you target these things. Alright, that's a lesson learned to turn down, not have it on my monitor. Which is interesting because it's in my ear anyway. I'm going to turn it back down to 20. Alright. Orbit that, target that. Data analyzer. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to return my probes. You do not want to forget that. Return your probes, reload it into the launcher by right-clicking on it. That way it's ready to go if you need it again. Now this little hacking mini game, it's pretty easy. You can't mess it up in the introduction. There's the main boss. There's usually another guy next to it. As long as you kill them both, you're good. And then you can open it, and you take the loot. Yeah, I know about the control zoom. For this part, I don't worry about it, but that's good advice. 10 years ago, you used to have to manually place all the probes, and then you could control and move them around. But yeah, I'll go ahead and show that, the control on the mouse wheels. Travel. Let's align to that. That's a good point. Thanks for that. So I launch the probes again. Now if I hold control and click the mouse wheels, it'll bring them in closer. And overlapping. Basically, you're just scanning it down smaller and smaller and smaller till you get a solid signal. Because this is a new account, I don't have my key binding set up yet. But usually for the probe size, since you can hit B to scan them, to pulse the probes, I will usually put it on the period and comma sign, or the greater than less than keys, to bring them in and out. It makes life a little easier. Oh yeah, I'm an old Expo player. Like I said, my main character was created in 2011, and I took basically a 14-year break. Kind of like another streamer we all might watch. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and return my probes back. And we're going to go ahead and dock and finish this mission. Yeah, I used to hate doing exploration years ago, but oh, now I'm very loud. Okay, thanks. I'm going to turn this way down. Spew cans. No, I don't recall spew cans. Alright. Ooh, that's still loud according to the volume. Let's do... Alright, I dropped it down significantly. Hopefully that works. Let me know if it's loud or soft again. Are you referring to like jet canning and in space with your... so you can have someone else pick up your stuff? I called it jet canning. I don't know if that's what you mean by spew cannon. So when we used to eject the loot, it used to, I think it still is a 2-hour window, because I still do that when I'm mining. I just title it. Oh, no kidding. No, I don't remember that. Like I said, with the way that he had to set up the probes all the time, I did not do a lot of scanning down. And usually, with the Corp I belonged to, we were in nullsec, and we were just scanning down mining areas. Because most of the time, the group I played with, we just mined. Still loud enough to hear. Perfect. So not too loud. Alright, I think I finally got this dialed in. Sorry about that, guys. I appreciate you bearing with me. Alright. Fourth mission. Just same thing we did last time. I got too many screens to look at. And I got another one coming. For Christmas, I bought myself a nice wide 40-inch screen. And then I bought another one to go on top of that one. And I got a wall mount. And I got my two old screens to the left. Yeah, I'm kind of going screen overboard. Alright, so it doesn't give you a warp option, but you just pick a relic site by hitting Alt P, warp to 0. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch this later to see the sound. I know I did a test stream yesterday, but I did it with an old headset. Which is crazy, because in my ear, it picks up every sounds. My mouse clicks, my water bottle. I put together quite a setup so I can start doing the streaming and everything. Alright, another minigame. They do get much more complicated, but you can't lose in the training missions. It's designed so you can't lose. I forgot to check. No, so it doesn't give you credit for hacking these. That would make it all too easy. So Maya, how long you been playing in EVE Online? Yeah, like I said, this is not really a fast-paced game until you get into later gameplay and you start doing some crazy fleet options. But that's kind of what I like about it, is you can kind of come in after a long day's work and just chill, which is what I like doing. The Casino Wars, yeah. Yeah, honestly, Wormhole Space, when I first started playing, with the Corp I had joined, the guy didn't know what he was doing. We went out, and he got us all killed. Because you didn't have YouTube to give you guides to teach you how to do things. I mean, I'm constantly watching guides to remind myself how to do things. And, yeah, but I might bring my, really fast at point. Yeah, it does. Wormhole can get crazy. Definitely takes a good corp or a good group to run wormholes.
Mic off. Mic on.
But I definitely need to start moving my guys out of high sec. I brought all my guys back into high sec when I started back up, and just trying to get reacclimated to this game. I love the meme about the learning curve. It is definitely a steep learning curve, but I will say over the years, CCP has definitely made figuring this game out as a new player much, much better. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to do with the various videos I'm going to put out here over the next couple weeks. Is just give somebody who's a new player as a guide to kind of help them manage it. I've run the air guide and the career missions multiple times now with different characters, and you can literally get through the whole air guide in your first month. playing less than 2 hours a day. I think that's a fair assessment. And that gives you time to kind of learn the ins and outs of the game. Now, on the 5th mission, do not forget to grab this gas pass key. Space herpes. No one wants a case of the space herpes. Nice profile, space herpes. So, part of the air missions is you get to add contacts. And you get a reward for it. So I might as well just add space herpes. See, they gave you free money. Add a new contact. And then, hey, guess what, space herpes? You're getting a message from me. Because that's another free money air mission. It's in the socials tab of the Soldier of Fortune. Hi there. All right, so I'm going to show this real quick. Soldier of Fortune, social. Send a message in chat. Ooh, I forgot the other one. Join a fleet. So I'm pretty sure if I just go click on myself, form fleet with. Oh, no, you actually have to join somebody else's fleet. No worries. Leave fleet. Confirm. I'll take care of that later. When you've been killed by space herpes. Alright. Sent an email, and I'll join my corporation later. Alright, so we're on the final mission. I've got the gas pass key in there, and we're off like a prom dress. Actually, you need to send me the fleet invite. It doesn't count. I have to join somebody else's fleet. I can't just create one, unfortunately. If you want to send it to me, if you're not in one, that'd be fine. I'll accept it, obviously. But if not, I'll take care of it later. I've got alternate accounts I can put up. Appreciate that. This is what I mean, guys. You will, if you're new to this game, which is the whole point of my channel, everyone in the game will be very helpful until they're killing you. You go into nullsec without help. There's space service. Thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate it. Like I said, you guys hit me up. You hit anyone in Golden Retriever Corp as of right now. And, oh, look, I got a needlejack filament. And we will help you get these socials done. Like I said, I've created a gaming channel called Golden Gaming. So if you hit the plus sign at the bottom left, hit chat channels, type in Golden Gaming and join. Anybody can join. I do need to get them. I forget which character I have the moderator on that, but I gotta put in message of the days and stuff. My whole point of this channel is to try to bring in new players. So if you're a veteran player, send people to my channel. Be like, hey, learn how to play. This guy will show you how. Hopefully. All right, picked up that. And I'm going to warp on back. Yeah, the filaments in this game have definitely added a new element for getting around. Not having to go through the bubbled gates to get into nullsec. Makes day tripping so much easier if you just needlejack in. It's a great new feature. Basically, for anyone who doesn't know, this needlejack filament basically will teleport you clear into a low security space system, depending on the type of filament. And in the past they used to do gate camps, so there'd be 10, 20, 30 players hiding at the main gate entrance to get you into low sec or null sec. High security spaces where you're relatively safe, and they just can't randomly shoot you without having the space police shoot you back. If you go into null sec or low sec, they can open fire you. It's free reign. Sorry, I'm not sharing my rewards with you. And that is it for the Expo mission. So generally, if you're a new player, I start with Expo, and then I usually go to the Industrials, and then the Enforcer and the Soldier of Fortune. Kind of gives you time to build up some of the skills, because you'll actually need skills. Not a whole lot of skills, but having the extra piloting and gunnery skills for those missions make it a little easier, but you can pretty much run them all in Corvettes. It's not hard. Ooh, and I got more bundles. So I completed 5 missions. And connections. So when you complete each of these career missions, they give you these expert systems, which can actually be purchased in the store as well. These are actually really cool for new players because they give you free skills temporarily. So when it comes time to go out and do the explore missions, like let's say you're trying to get out into some wormholes and you're trying to scan down some gas sites, it just kind of temporarily bumps up your skills so you can use let's see, where is it? So it bumps your hacking up to 3, your archaeology up to 3, saves you 21 days worth of training, and I think depending on your, it's like the booster, so depending on your biology skill, it lasts for a certain amount of time. But that's a great way to get these skills done, or get these air career programs done, is go ahead and inject that and then just knock out all these things, which I will do in a later stream. Alright guys, didn't quite go as planned with the sound issues at first, but I appreciate the feedback and getting it done. I will set up another stream and just continue going on with Captain Boomer Gold here, and we will do some more career missions later. I'm going to call it a night because I've had quite the busy day. I was going to go later, but we're going to call it a night. So thanks for everyone that came out on stream. Like and subscribe on the channel. It helps me out. Share with friends. You guys know the routine. It is a small niche community, so every little bit helps, and it is appreciated. And thanks for the birthday gifts. Those of you that gave me birthday gifts, wasn't necessary, but once again, it's my birthday, so thank you very much.
Charge complete.
Have a good night.